So this is a subject that I've been wanting to talk about for a while now. I've been in this business for 3 years, going on 4 years now, and I know to a lot of people that may not seem like a very long time. But I feel like through YouTube, through social media, I've been able to learn very quickly about this business. And unfortunately, in this short amount of time, one of the things that I have learned is that you are going to have problems with people paying you. They're either going to be late paying you, or they're just not going to pay you at all. They're going to avoid you. And unfortunately, I felt like that was just something that I was going to have to deal with in this business. But one of the things I thought of right away was that there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a business plan, something different, something better, some way that I don't have to chase money. So as soon as I started asking myself, is there a better way? I started looking to other YouTubers. These were guys that I had met and talked to. These guys were mentors that have been in this business a heck of a lot longer than I have been in this business. So I started reaching out to a couple of these guys and started questioning how they run their business. How do you keep from losing money? How do you get your customers to pay you in a timely manner? And with reaching out to this many guys, I got a lot of different responses. The response that kept coming in multiple times was prepayment. I had guys like Brian Ring from Ring Lawn Care. He told me about it. He was also building my website, so it was something I was able to discuss with him, and he told me kind of how he did it. And then I found out John Pajak. I found out he also did prepayment. So I ended up reaching out to John pretty quickly actually, and we got on the phone, and I will tell you this, John actually spent hours on the phone with me. I probably asked him some of the same questions over and over again, but he never got upset, he never got mad. He just kept answering the questions, any question I had, and I think we even got on the phone multiple times with me asking him questions about how to transition my company into this and how to move forward with it. So I'm greatly appreciative to John with how much time he gave up out of his schedule to talk to me and kind of walk me through this process step by step. I didn't really talk about this at all throughout this season. I decided to just keep my mouth shut about it. I wanted to make it through the season before I actually started talking about it. So one of the things when John and I were talking that kind of stuck with me, and this is what stood out and really got me thinking, is he said, you don't mind asking your customers to pay you at the end of the month. You know, you have no issue with that. You can tell that to them confidently. Well, you need to go to them with the exact same confidence and say, I take payment at the beginning of the month, and then service will be done after the payment is made. After we got off the phone and I was sitting there thinking about it, I thought, you know, is it really that easy? Is it really what he says that I can just go at them with that confidence of that I take payment at the beginning of the month and these people will accept that? You know, unfortunately as contractors, there are bad contractors out there that give us a bad name. The honest guys, the guys that are really going to do the work, and we want to do a great job. And because of those guys, it makes customers want to be leery about paying us up front because they're worried that we're not going to do the work. So with that said, I started the season off and I decided that I was just going to go for it. I was just going to try to do what he said. I was just going to be confident about it and say this is how it is, and I was going to stick to my guns. And I'm actually proud to say that I've had a lot of success with this in this past season, and I only had one person kind of fight back against me about having this prepayment system. And I have to say, it was really difficult that day on the phone with her whenever she wanted to question my method, what my policy was, and I had to walk away from her. She was a little upset, I was a little upset because I didn't feel like she trusted me, she didn't feel like I trusted her, but I just told her that this is my policy and unfortunately this is the way I run my business. So the way that I made the transition into this is I actually made the decision. I sat down and looked at all of my customers, looked at the people that were slow payers or really late payers, and I decided, did I want to deal with them anymore? The ones that I didn't want to deal with anymore, I just went ahead and got rid of them. I cut ties, before the season started this year. Now, all of my customers that I had that were really good payers, always paid on time, I just left them the same. I left them at the end of the month. I knew I didn't have to worry about those people. So I kind of, I guess you would say, grandfathered them into that. But all the new customers, that's the people that I would tell that, well, we do it this way. We do payment at the beginning of the month. As soon as the payment is made, we will put you on our schedule for service. The few people that were just a little iffy about it and had a few extra questions, I just explained to them that, you know, look at my Google reviews, I've got 5-star reviews, and I wouldn't have that if I was stealing people's money. And you know, most of them, whenever I said that, as soon as I said it, they go, it was like a light went off and everything was okay and they were ready to move forward. So just like John said, the key to it is going at them with confidence. Now I can actually say that this past season, it was just like a huge relief, a weight off my shoulders. I had less worry this season. At the end of the month, whenever I was sending invoices out, I wasn't worried about who was gonna pay, who wasn't gonna pay, or should I mow this yard again, or should I not mow it because they haven't paid last month's bill yet. I didn't have any of those worries this year. So I sent them an invoice at the end of the previous month, and if they didn't pay that within roughly a week and a half, then they wouldn't get service. The few times that they didn't pay and I didn't show up, it was actually, the bill would get paid really quick because they wanted me back there, they wanted me mowing, and they would a lot of times just apologize that they missed it or they forgot it, and I would just get them worked back into my schedule and just go on with it. So I would say if you are dealing with that same stress of customers not paying you or paying late, think about this method. You know, there's other methods out there. There are people that take credit cards and keep them on file. And I just didn't want to deal with that. I didn't want to have their information. I didn't want to have their credit card information. There's a liability there that if you have their credit card information and that gets stolen, you're liable for that credit card information. So make sure you take that into consideration. This method, I don't see their credit card. I don't have any of their information on file. It's kind of a month-to-month thing. If they don't want to pay the bill, I don't show up. I'm not out anything, they're not out anything. To me, that's just a fair method and an easy way to do this. So definitely think about this, relieve the stress, change the way you're doing things if you're having those types of issues. Guys, if you've enjoyed this type of content, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Also, if this is the first time you're watching my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button.